For years, many people viewed Princess Leonor as a young royal growing up under the careful guidance of her parents, King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia. As the future Queen of Spain, her path seemed clearly defined from the moment she was born. Public appearances, official ceremonies, national celebrations, and royal traditions were all part of her world. But as Leonor grew older, something began to change. Her understanding of what it truly means to be a royal evolved dramatically. The responsibilities became more real, the expectations became heavier, and the future she would one day inherit started to feel less like a distant idea and more like a reality approaching with every passing year. So what really changed Princess Leonor's perspective on royal life? The answer is not a single event, but a series of experiences that transformed her from a protected young princess into a future queen preparing for one of Europe's most demanding roles. Let's take a closer look. Princess Leonor was born on October 31, 2005, in Madrid. From her earliest days, she lived under extraordinary public attention. As the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, she was destined to become Spain's future monarch. Unlike many children her age, Leonor grew up knowing that every important step of her life would be watched by the public. Her education, her interests, her friendships, and even her future career choices would attract national attention. As a child, however, royal life likely felt relatively simple. Public events were limited, speeches were rare, and most responsibilities were handled by adults around her. But that changed as she entered her teenage years. One of the biggest turning points came when she began taking on more official duties. Suddenly, Leonor was no longer just attending ceremonies alongside her parents. She was becoming a central figure in them. One of the most important moments came in 2019 when she delivered her first major public speech at the Princess of Asturias Awards. Many observers saw it as a historic occasion. Standing before a national audience, Leonor demonstrated confidence and maturity far beyond her years. But behind that moment was something much more significant. For perhaps the first time, she experienced firsthand what it means to represent an entire country. Giving a speech is not simply about reading words from a page. It requires preparation, discipline, and an understanding that every statement can influence public perception. That experience reportedly marked the beginning of a deeper awareness of her future responsibilities. The young princess was beginning to understand the weight of the crown she would one day inherit. Another major factor was her education. King Felipe and Queen Letizia have consistently emphasized the importance of preparing Leonor for modern leadership rather than simply teaching traditional royal protocol. This approach exposed her to a broader understanding of society and the challenges facing Spain and the world. Her studies encouraged critical thinking, cultural awareness, and international understanding. Rather than living in complete isolation from ordinary life, Leonor's parents sought to give her experiences that would help her connect with people from different backgrounds. These lessons gradually shaped her perspective. She began to see royal life not as a collection of privileges but as a lifelong commitment to public service. Then came another transformative experience. In 2021, Leonor moved to Wales to attend UWC Atlantic College, an internationally respected boarding school. The decision attracted enormous attention. For the first time, the future queen would spend an extended period living away from Spain and away from the daily routines of the royal household. The experience exposed her to students from around the world. She shared classrooms, projects, and everyday activities with young people from diverse cultures and backgrounds. This environment provided a perspective that few royals throughout history have experienced. Instead of being surrounded exclusively by palace staff, advisors, and official schedules, Leonor became part of a global community of students discussing real-world issues, social challenges, and international affairs. Many royal watchers believe this period played a significant role in broadening her outlook. It allowed her to see leadership through a different lens. Rather than focusing solely on tradition, she encountered ideas centered on cooperation, service, and global citizenship. For a future monarch, those lessons are invaluable. Another important turning point came as public expectations continued to grow. As Leonor became older, media attention intensified. Every appearance generated headlines. Every speech was analyzed. Every photograph sparked discussion. Living under such scrutiny can be difficult for anyone, especially a teenager. Yet this constant attention may have reinforced an important lesson. Royal life is not primarily about personal freedom. It is about responsibility. Every action carries symbolic importance. Every public appearance represents something larger than the individual. Understanding this reality likely changed Leonor's perspective in profound ways. She began to recognize that her future role would require sacrifice as well as privilege. Perhaps the most significant transformation occurred when she started preparing for military training. In Spain, military service has long been considered an important part of preparing future monarchs. In 2023, Leonor officially began military education, marking a major milestone in her journey toward the throne. This experience introduced her to a world defined by discipline, teamwork, and duty. Military training is demanding. It requires physical endurance, mental resilience, and commitment. For Leonor, it represented more than professional preparation. It symbolized a deeper understanding of service. Future kings and queens are expected to embody national unity and dedication. Military training reinforces those values. By participating in the same rigorous programs as other cadets, Leonor demonstrated her willingness to embrace the responsibilities associated with her future position. This likely strengthened her appreciation for the seriousness of the role awaiting her. Meanwhile, observing her father's reign also influenced her perspective. King Felipe VI has faced numerous challenges during his time on the throne. Political tensions, economic concerns, and public debates have tested Spain's institutions in various ways. Watching her father navigate these situations provided Leonor with valuable insights. She saw firsthand that modern monarchy is not simply ceremonial. It requires patience, diplomacy, and careful judgment. The crown carries enormous symbolic importance, but it also demands constant effort. Through these observations, Leonor gained a clearer understanding of what leadership truly involves. Another factor often overlooked is her growing connection with the Spanish people. As she traveled throughout Spain and participated in official events, Leonor met citizens from different regions and backgrounds. These encounters helped transform abstract responsibilities into personal experiences. Meeting students, volunteers, community leaders, and families allowed her to better understand the concerns and aspirations of ordinary Spaniards. Such interactions can have a powerful impact on any future leader. They make public service feel real. They remind leaders that their actions affect actual lives. For Leonor, these experiences likely reinforced the importance of empathy and responsibility. Gradually, her perspective evolved. Royal life was no longer simply about ceremonies, traditions, or public appearances. It became about service. It became about representing a nation. It became about earning public trust. Today, many observers see a noticeable difference between the young girl who first appeared at royal events and the confident young woman preparing for her future role. Her speeches display increasing confidence. Her public appearances reflect growing maturity. Her commitment to training and education demonstrates serious preparation. While nobody can know exactly what Princess Leonor thinks about every aspect of royal life, her journey suggests that experience has been her greatest teacher. Each speech, each school year, each official duty, and each training program has added another layer to her understanding of what it means to be Spain's future queen. The real change in Princess Leonor's perspective did not happen overnight. It emerged gradually through education, responsibility, international experiences, military training, and direct engagement with the Spanish people. Together, these experiences transformed royal life from a title she inherited into a mission she is preparing to fulfill. As Spain watches her continue this journey, one thing has become increasingly clear. Princess Leonor no longer sees royal life simply as a privilege of birth. She appears to see it as a responsibility that must be earned every day through service, dedication, and commitment to the people she will one day lead. And perhaps that understanding has been the most important turning point of all.